Hi all, welcome to Sparky's workshop, where today we're going to carry on with the saga of the poor running CBR125, which is my son's bike. I made a previous video where I showed you how to strip it down to remove the carburetor for cleaning, which I did, and I cleaned the carburetor and I reinstalled it, and it didn't make any bloody difference. So today we're going to do the reveal of what the cause of the problem was. This video is going to be called CBR125 keeps flooding, because that's exactly what it did. And every time I cleaned the carburetor and reinstalled it, which was probably about half a dozen times, bear in mind this was in January, pretty cold outside because I didn't have this nice workshop cleaned out then. So, but yeah, so we fitted the carburetor half a dozen times and cleaned it and God knows what, and it didn't make any difference. And then one day I went out to it and I removed the oil filler cap, and I sort of smelled petrol. I thought, you shouldn't smell petrol when you remove your oil filler cap. So here's a little bit of the bit I did film where I've just changed the oil. So have a look at this and then we come back to me. Welcome back. We've stripped it down, we've had the carb off, we've cleaned the carb, we've put it back on, and it's still run like shit. So I pulled out the jolly old oil filler and it stunk of petrol. So I can only assume there's loads of petrol in the oil. There's the oil I've just drained out, and that looks a bit like water rather than oil. It's slightly thinned down with petrol. There's 1.5 litres there. There should only be 1 litre of oil in here. So I'm just going to refill it and try it again. Right, so that showed you me draining the oil and explaining that I could smell petrol, and saying that I just filled it back up with oil, which I had, and I was going to try it again. And I tried it again, and guess what? It filled the sump up with petrol again. So I thought, there's something really odd here. You know, you get something in your head, don't you, and you think, well, it's petrol related, so it's got to be carburetor. No, it wasn't carburetor. So if I show you this picture now, the part with a little arrow pointing at it, which is basically, it's the petrol tap on a CBR, which is vacuum. It works on a vacuum. This little tube comes from the engine and goes to the petrol tap. There's no physical tap that you can turn on or off. So it uses a vacuum from the engine. As soon as you turn the engine over, it sucks on that and it allows the petrol to run through into the carburetor. Now this little thing works with a diaphragm, and it turned out that this diaphragm had a very tiny hole in it, and every time I was turning the engine over, instead of it was putting fuel into the carburetor, but also it was putting fuel directly into the engine from the vacuum tube. So it was sucking it down the vacuum tube and going through the carburetor, which is why it's completely flooding the engine, getting past the rings and into my sump. So what you need to do, if you've got this problem where it's just not running right, or it's not ticking over and it's just messing about horribly with, so this is going to be the bikes that are 2004 up to about 2007, I think the last carbureted one was. Yeah, if you've got this problem with running badly or it keeps flooding, then you need to change the bit that's arrowed in the picture. It costs about, I think it was 18 quid off of eBay. It's not a genuine part, but it's a good copy, and it done the job. I hope this has helped someone, because I know this is a problem, because I hunted the internet high and low for the cause of the problem, never really found it. Lots of people saying they got the problem, lots of people suggesting things that they should do, you know, about changing your oil and all that sort of stuff. But no one actually come back and said, oh, it's the vacuum petrol tap. And that's what it is. So if you get yourself one of those, change it over. You've got to drain the tank first, obviously, before you can change it over, because there's no way of turning the petrol off. So, but it's not a hard job. It's only a big nut that you undo and then fit the new one on. Screw it back up tight. The job's done. So hope this has helped someone, because I could have done with this. It would have saved me stripping down the carburettor half a dozen times anyway. So good luck with your little 125s, your CBRs, and hope this has helped you. Cheers now. Oh, whatever you ride safe.